Head in the game, head
They
in the
screaming
game.
my name when I walk in the building. Yellow diamonds on me like I play for the Steelers. I'm in the field, yup, just like a Steeler. Oh, this your girl, my band had the Steeler. I hop on the beat and I float like a river. I caught a TD, yeah, right across the middle. I'm speaking facts, boy, you telling riddles. Can't hang with the gang, so we had to sit them down. I'm in LA, riding around and around. My dog just called, say he finna touchdown. When I call a play, you won't hear a sound. Hold up, money caller right now. I gotta go and get it, and it don't matter how. All I know is win, yeah, I'm 10 toes down. I keep my head high and my eyes on the prize, yeah, my feet on the ground. Let's go.
I told my boys, it ain't no limits.
No.
Told all my dogs, it ain't no limits. Put your head in the game, head in the game, head in the game.
Spread between 4th and 6th Streets in downtown Minneapolis. We welcome you inside spacious U.S. Bank Stadium. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Chicago Bears and the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. The Vikings had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to the ground, Cook. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
following the pickup of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Touchdown, Vikings! Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From the end zone, here comes Herbert. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Up to the 20.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. This defense for the Vikings, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. They'll roll him out right. And Fields going to have the first down before sliding to a halt to avoid the contact. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
And he's going to get this one down to the 45. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Coming up on a 2nd and 6. Ran it last time. Now Fields to throw. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Kmet. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he will have the Bears first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? It looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Right back to him on first down. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. On play action, Fields. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And Daniil Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields being chased out, and he's going to go down again. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete to Mooney. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. So from an offensive perspective, at least able to get on the board here right in front of the 2-minute warning.
Yeah, now it's time to talk about complementary football, isn't it? Because if the defense can force a 3 and out, there could be enough time on the clock that they can get the ball back for their offensive guys and maybe put some more points on the board before the half.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. For this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. For the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. 2nd and 4. They'll set up to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Kyler Gordon picks it off. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
And the Bears are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now they send a man in motion right. on 2nd and goal. Fields. And it's intercepted.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Give to Cook out of the gun. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. They'll run with Cook, and he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense, so that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
19 Tiger.
They'll run for it with Cook. And this is not going to do it as he's stopped at the 2-yard line. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Dalvin Cook in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point forthcoming. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Bears going to see the football first, and they trail here as we get back underway to start this second half. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Fields. And he'll get this complete downfield to Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 27 yards there, a first down. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. Down to about the 45. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. from the 45 on second down. Fields. And his throw here's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Here we go on fourth down. Fields. Open man is Kmet, the tight end. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Fourth down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. First and 10 inside the 30. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. 46 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
The more football I watch, the more I want to check and see if teams are going to panic when they're down on the scoreboard. And this team has shown no signs of doing that. A lot of the time, they come out after the half. Things haven't worked so well in the first go-around. They want to throw the football like crazy. But the way to open up throwing the ball is to run it, and they've run it well here to start the second half.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they'll send the tight end in motion. On second down, they'll run it here. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
And, Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Second and goal from the 6 this time. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd. Now the Bears keeping the offense on the field and going for 2. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he will step out of bounds. Oh, what a mistake there. And the 2-point try will be unsuccessful. after the touchdown. Here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And maybe some renewed pressure on this unit following the touchdown a moment ago. It's back to a one-score game.
And because of that pressure, because it's now a one-score game, they know this is where you need to slow the momentum change, because otherwise that could overrun your team. You've got to be careful right here.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets this one into the hands of Dalvin Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. Second and 6. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And the Bears are right back in this football game. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. 90 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A throw left side taken in by Kmet. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Now Fields. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket, completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. He'll try to run this one in, and he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bears have taken a 4th quarter lead. So what can the Bears do here as they'll go for 2? Back to throw, Fields. And no, incomplete. They can't convert. So they tried to bump the lead up to a field goal. Instead, it stays at 1 here in the 4th. Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Taken in at the 3. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Here comes another drive from this unit, and Charles, they're coming off a costly mistake on the last possession, an interception in a game that is very close right now.
Well, as we know, they all sting no matter what the situation, but in a one-possession game, that'll hurt a little bit more. But this is an excellent opportunity to make up for it on this drive. I just don't expect them to try and take huge gambles to make up that momentum in a hurry.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Justin Jones there on the stop.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
On 3rd down, they're going to go with the option. And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the first down. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Here's Fields. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Fields. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
All eyes on Fields. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw up a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
He's back to throw. Steps away. He's going to let it fly. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Well, this is getting close to a no-win situation now. They've got one final shot. They're on their end of the field, and it's 4th and long. This might require a little extra razzle-dazzle to get it done.
Fourth down. Fields has to have this one. Rolling to his left. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And now, goodness, possession's going to go over right at the 10-yard line. Up the middle, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Browns will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Ay, I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of